Gordon and Ina Baxter set up their charitable trust in 1981 to give something back to the people who helped lay the foundations of their hugely successful family enterprise. They were a fantastic partnership, and they never stopped caring about the people around them. Gordon and Ina were very clear that their charitable legacy should spread a little fertiliser in local communities, supporting sustainable community groups that make a real impact on the lives of people in the area. And now, the Baxter family is committed to continuing that tradition of providing funding assistance to those who are making a positive difference to the lives of people in their communities. Indeed, since 2013, over 250 projects have been supported across the north of Scotland. At the end of 2016, the Foundation celebrated a $500,000 milestone, and now, 2 years on, trustees are delighted to have reached another major milestone. We're extremely proud to announce that to date, £1 million has been awarded to worthy causes, from Peterhead in the east to Berneray in the Western Isles and as far north as Dunnet Head. And so we'd now like to extend a personal invitation to charitable organisations and groups in and around our area to help us donate yet another £1 million in the months and years ahead. This is a brilliant opportunity for good causes that have sound, constructive and realistic plans for the future to put themselves forward for consideration. Our trustees regularly review a wide range of applications, from small awards to more substantial investments. But no matter the size of the award, we'll always look for projects that are going to make a genuine difference to people within their communities. In all the approaches made, trustees look for community engagement, innovation, sustainability, and above all, well-managed groups with a passion and commitment for what they do. In Gordon and Ina's time, charitable giving may have been a little less formal, but the main ethos still remains exactly the same. Those seeking help have to help themselves in the first instance. Matched funding will always be a priority for this foundation. Getting out and going that extra mile in fundraising gives us a true indication of the enthusiasm behind the project and the community buy-in. As trustees, we're very conscious that those approaching the foundation for funds are often overwhelmed by the information required on application forms. Funding avenues can become a real minefield of challenge and frustration. But that's where we hope we can be different, by offering a more personal approach, thus ensuring you can provide a quality application. We want to help you give us the right amount of background detail, together with the supporting information necessary for our trustees to consider your project. As a flavour of what's been achieved to date, we've put together a selection of successful case studies from some of our more recent projects. This should give you a clear insight into what our trustees are looking for.
Started up 2 years ago as an autistic specific surfing school, but we wanted more from that in catering for varying disabilities and conditions. So with the kind support of the Gordon and Ina Baxter Foundation, we were able to ensure that we were a fully adaptive surfing school, which makes us the first adaptive surfing school in Scotland. What we used the money for through the Gordon and Ina Baxter Foundation was to help with the purchase of the adaptive board and also the seat and also the purchase of the van.
Our project's unique for the area. We're the only ones in Scotland that is doing inclusive and adaptive surfing. It's got that edge of creativity and adventure to it, so I think it just helps to capture people's imagination. And there's a severe need for more adventure and sport and just inclusion for those living with conditions and disabilities, especially with sport.
We were very pleased to receive a substantial fund from the Gordon and Ina Baxter Foundation towards the refurbishment of the village hall. It was a major project which we were involved with, and it involved closing the hall down for 6 months, and a major part of that was this refurbished kitchen, which was extended and all new equipment put in it. So it was a major difference to the project, and it has been a great boost to the village. It was a very rewarding experience. We put the application in and we had a number of consultations with the committee, which were all very positive. They came along and had a look at our plans and our proposals. As I say, it was a major project for the village, and they were delighted to be involved in it. And the eventual decision was made when I was in New York, so I got a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning, which was very exciting.
We're a social enterprise based in Buckie. What we do is we provide training opportunities for adults with learning disabilities and also adults recovering from mental health issues. What we do is we collect aluminium cans, steel cans and type 1 and 2 plastics from them. Type 1 plastic is your normal soft drink bottle, water bottle. Type 2 is your milk bottles. Both of these plastics normally we would just turn into one big bale and ship down the road at vast cost to us, and Murray gets nothing back from it. So now we've got the granulator, we separate the two types of plastics out, and the people you can see behind me are actually taking labels off because that's a different plastic. The trustees of the Gordon and Ina Foundation were very generous in donating money for us to buy this granulator. What a granulator does is it takes normal plastic bottles like this and turns them into granules like this. Once we've ground these up, it also reduces the volume that we're shipping to roughly 1/20th of a normal bag. So for example, if an Arctic would take 24 big bags of granulated plastics, if they were not granulated, that would equate to 420 bags. So a huge reduction in costs.
Gordon and Ina Baxter Foundation gave us £1,500 of funding. It was to support us with equipment so we could set up our premises here. We got racking, so all the racking that's around, and we got a washing machine, tumble dryer, ironing board, and a clothes steamer and a heated airer to help us dry clothes. I think they chose us because we're new. We had previously spoken to them and they felt that we were too new to help. What they wanted to do was for us to go back once we'd actually had some young people that we'd helped and show them that we had done that. So we went back after our first summer and said, you know, here's the proof of what we've done. and we applied, and they were quite happy to help us. You know, as a new charity, it was really great to be supported by a local funder, and I hope that, you know, that'll happen again in the future at some point.
The foundation helped us with a new piece of kit to finance the purchasing of a new piece of kit for one of our core facilities here. We have a great flow cytometry suite, but the piece of kit that they bought us now helps us to be able to visualise, to image, to see cancer cells in the blood of patients who have cancer. And that's really important to understand about cancer, and particularly how cancer cells can spread through the bloodstream. What we're trying to do here is to bring in one of the best cancer research teams in the world to come and work here for the people of the northeast of Scotland. And we've raised almost £4.5 million to bring that team here to do some of the best research in the world. Really important for the people of the northeast of Scotland and for patients with cancer. It was great working with the foundation. We went to see the foundation, we explained to them what we were doing, they explained what the foundation did and what the foundation could do. We invited the members of the foundation to come here and to see the equipment, and we explained to them just what a difference this extra piece of kit would make. Very easy to work with, and we enjoyed working with them.